guys. I do not own any rights to this music. Hey. Hi sis, I see you set your alarm. I'm happy you're here. Hey Caroline. Hey Pure Lush Events, good to see you here. Hey Uhuru Botanicals. Oh, hi guys. I hope you're dancing with me, guys. Happy Africa Day to all my African people out there. Oh, what are we up to? Wait and see, Caroline. Make sure you grab your drinks, guys, with a strong, weak water, tea, hot, cold, anything. It's gonna be exciting. Hey. Hey, Afro Rhymes. Good to see you here, guys. Just waiting for everybody else to come up. I don't want anybody to miss today at all. Hey, Caroline Chimuta. Hey, Makosi. Hi guys. Hi Miss Lisa, how are you? Let me bring Makosi, she wants to dance as well. We're gonna dance together. Long time Miss Lisa, I know. Hey. Yes, girl. Yes, girl. Menye mwana mako. Hey. Hey, 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 hey. Okay. I see. Oh my God. Yes, girl. Yes, African girl. I see you. I hope you guys are dancing as well. Hey. Wow. Gosh. Have you got your drink there?
How amazing!
Have you got your drink ready?
I don't have my drink ready and I don't have help to get me ready.
I've got my drink here because I knew I will not have breath.
I know, right? Okay, so let's breathe. Let me just have my AC on.
You have your AC on. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to have fun today. As you all know, I'm Taffy, the event planner. Thank you so much for coming back on Monday with me and Makosi. She's live with me today. Mako, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
You know, when I texted you the other time, I'm like, please, I know this is a long shot. I don't know if you're going to say yes or not, but you say yes.
You have to believe in yourself. You
say
always
yes.
have to believe that life is rigged in your favor.
May, you do not know how much I was happy, how happy I was on that day when I received your reply to say, yes, I can. You didn't even take long.
You just have to believe that life is rigged in your favor. I always believe that life is rigged in my favor. The Bible talks about all things work for good. And the worst that can happen to you is a no. And who has ever died from a no?
No one. No one. So thank you so much. To everyone that has just joined in, thank you so much. Today I am joined by Makosi Sambasi, who I will be interviewing or will be having a conversation on anything to do with life, relationships, skincare, if we can add that, because she's got amazing skin, mate. You have amazing skin.
Thank you.
So before we start, who is Makosi?
We can't describe her. We can't there's no language to describe her.
Yeah.
I'm more than a nurse, I'm more than a coach, I am more than a reality TV star, I am more than a sister, I'm more than a mother, I'm more than a wife, I am just more. So there's no language to describe her.
Makosi more. Yeah? She is more.
Even the word more limits her. I'm just limitless.
Okay. Oh, I like that. I'm Taffy the event planner, limitless.
Yeah? Exactly. Taffy the event. Because you can always be more. You decide to be more. You push yourself to be more. You push yourself to grow. I could have just stopped at nurse.
Okay.
I could have stopped at Big Brother.
Okay.
I could have stopped at TV.
Definitely.
I could stop at coach.
Mm-hmm.
But you decide to be more. It's a decision that you make. And you just decide to be more and you work for it.
Definitely. It's all in the mind. You have to decide that this is where I want to be, this is who I want to be, and you work on it.
That's it.
I like that. So, you are also a TV presenter. Well, you've got Makosi today. How did that come up? Did you know that you had it in you?
Oh my God. Okay, so I went to Zim and I went to, what's that church called? Celebration Center. I didn't go for the service. I went for coffee because I love coffee. So I got there, I am having coffee, and then one guy called Munya Blogo. Hi, Michael Asian. Yay! Oh my God, thank you for coming on. Hi, Michael. A good friend of mine. So I went to have coffee, and one guy just comes to me. His name is Munyarazi. He says, so what are you going to do now? And I'm thinking, that's a good question. What am I going to do now? And then he goes, do you like talking in front of the camera? Because a lot of people assumed that because of Big Brother, I would like the camera. Yeah. And then I was we could try it. Mm-hmm. And then C Media, which is the production house at Celebration Center, had me on, and they filmed my first season. Okay. And that's how Makosi Today was birthed. Like, I was just, and even when I was writing for H Metro, somebody just sent me an inbox and they said, do you like writing? I said, sometimes. They said, would you like a column? I'm like, let's try it. But what I've always done is when an opportunity comes by, I try and work hard to wear the shoes so I can fit them. So when I started producing Makosi Today, I decided, cancer happens. And then post-cancer, I went to Dubai and I studied journalism. And then here I am. But as I was studying journalism, I had
So you studied journalism because of Munya and the guy that then asked you if you want to write. Then you thought, let me expand on this. Okay. Exactly. Okay.
So whilst I was studying journalism and I finished my journalism, which I got an award for, I don't know if I should go and get the award to show off, but I had a life coach because I just survived cancer and I needed to figure life out. So I had a life coach, and as we are, having sessions to work on me, on my limiting beliefs, and on, things like life, basically. She now said to me, you know what, Makosi, because I found myself doing a lot of coaching to my coach in my coaching sessions.
Oh, you were doing the coaching.
And then she said to me, look, there are programs you can do if you want to become a coach. And then I went for certification.
Mm-hmm. This is really good. This is because you had people that were actually around you that saw what you had or what could be of you, and they pushed you to do it, and you believed in them as well.
Exactly.
So it's important. Who you hang around with is really, really important.
Who you surround yourself with is paramount. Yeah. It's the most important. The people you choose to have around you is the most important decision you can make, because sometimes when you don't, in the Bible, there was the paralytic man who, he was paralyzed, but it was his 4 friends that broke the roof down to lower him down to Jesus. If you look at the people around you, would they break roofs for you?
Hey, did you hear that, guys? Think about the people that are around you. Are they going to break any roofs for you?
When you think about the people around you, would they speak for you when you are not there?
That's very, very, that's deep.
Because this is the thing. I know there are people more talented than I am. There are people that are going to be more talented than you are. But if you have that one person who is willing to put their name on your brand. So it's really never about talent. I'm sorry to say. To have the gift is important. To work on the gift is important. But if you don't have the people who are willing to put their name on your brand when it is time, then you'll be toiling for the rest of your life.
Because I'm getting goosebumps. Like, that is so true. That is so true.
So when you have people around you, it's important to pray about the people around you. It's important not to, it doesn't matter who somebody is. If they're not for you, you don't need them in your circle.
No. And
because, go on.
It's funny you're saying that, because for me to be sitting here right now doing Savages, that was because of somebody that saw that this person here can do this. If it was just me, myself, trust me, I would not be sitting here doing it live right now. It's because I've got people behind me pushing this brand, saying, Taffy, you can do it. We can see this in you. Go for it. You're doing it, whether you like it or not. So it's really, really important. That's very important. Before we go back to the forming relationships, why did you get into life coaching? Is it because you felt it was in you already, or?
So you don't decide to be a life coach.
Or the experiences that you went through.
Like, I was born a coach.
Nice.
What I decided to do is I decided to go and get certified.
Oh, right.
So you can be born, people who are doctors or nurses, you can be born that. You can be born someone who just wants to make sure people are healing, people are okay. But the decision to go and become a nurse and the decision to go and become a doctor is up to you to get the certificate. So that you can practice. So I found that post Big Brother, cancer, and everything that ever happened in my life, people would always ask me, how come you never give up? And then I'm telling them, and they're like, so can you teach me? And I'm like, you know what? I don't have the tools to teach you. But I just know, I probably know how I can help you, but I don't have the tools to teach you. So that's how I went and became certified. But
I've been following you, and I'm thinking this girl is so strong, man. Honestly, everything that you went through to the cancer, after. Now you've got Makosi, and I follow you each and every morning. I look forward to your lives each and every morning. I'm thinking, how does she do it? How does she do it?
You know, I always say to my sister in my language, I know there are a lot of foreigners who follow me, Michael, who happens to be one of my best friends. I always say to my sister, in life I furirike. You can't be furirwad for result in life. You have to go through it. And what a lot of us do is when we're going through life, we beg God to stop the process.
Okay. Is it because it will be too much for us, or is it something that we are not used to, or it's the change of environment?
No, something like cancer is too much. But okay. I never said to God, why me?
Right.
I said to God, what do you want me to do with this?
Wow.
When I left England and I wasn't let back into the country, I didn't say to God, why me? I said, what do you want me to do with this?
Wow.
And one thing, I think the other thing you always need to be aware of is you need to be aware of the anointing you carry.
Okay.
Because what happens is...
aware of it.
Exactly. You need to be aware of the anointing you carry. Because what happens with the anointing you carry is when you stay in a place for too long that you're not supposed to be there, it gets frustrated and it frustrates you.
Yeah, and everybody around you. Yeah.
And everybody around you. Jonah was sent to Nineveh. He did not want to go to Nineveh and he ended up sushi.
Yeah. Yes.
So I've always been conscious that I carry something. And every time I see a hurdle, instead of thinking it is the devil, I think the anointing is talking to me.
I like that.
I never have, you know, it's interesting how a lot of Christians spend a lot of time talking to the devil. Satan, I bind you. Oh, and then you do this.
And we bind.
And I'm just thinking to myself, personally, every time I have a hurdle, you know, when I got to Heathrow and they said, oh, you are not a nurse anymore. There's no visa that we can give you. You're going to have to go back to Africa. I didn't argue with any of them.
Wow.
I knew it was time.
Wow.
I didn't call any bishop to say, oh, pray for visa or whatever. I just knew it was time to move on.
How do I have such a mindset? Is this something that you're born with? Is it something that I don't know. How do you have such a mindset to think every obstacle that comes against you, it's probably a lesson learned. It's a process that you have to go through. So you have to find ways. How do you get that mindset?
You get a coach. And a coach doesn't make you great. A coach brings out the greatness in you. A coach brings out that thing that makes you, like that thing that makes me know that life is rigged in my favor. This is for me. Yeah. This, it doesn't matter what it is. When I'm not kidding you. When I got the cancer diagnosis, it was hard to process. In my conscious mind, it was the hardest thing to process. When I was told I needed a mastectomy, mad. I was like, what? This can't be happening to Makosi.
Yeah, not Makosi.
But as I was going through it, I was like, you know what? I am made for such a time like this.
Oh, you're strong.
You know, Queen Esther was in the palace, and I'm sure she had a motorcade. I'm sure she had all the Birkins in the world. She had all the Louboutins in the world. But that's not why she went to the palace.
She had a calling.
She had a calling, and your call is always to deliver.
So it's how I know I've got this calling. How does someone know they've got this calling? I come to you, Makosi, what's my calling? I want to know my calling.
Well, I can't tell you your calling. You tell me your calling. I just ask you a couple of questions. I do exercises with you, and then you tell me what your calling is.
And
so
then
I can't tell you what your calling is. You tell me what your calling is.
So it's paramount to have a coach, a life coach.
This is the thing. You know, my partner and I were talking about how he said to me, you know, he's always teasing me. So he said to me, you know, you're not an essential service, right? I say, You say I'm not an essential service, but am I not coaching you day and night? You know?
Yes.
So if you can afford a coach, it's the best thing that can happen to you. Oprah Winfrey has a coach. Steve Jobs had a coach. Jeff Bezos has a coach. Anybody you know who is making waves has a coach. Listen, Serena Williams has a coach, and she is one of the best tennis players in the world. So if you want to be one of the best players in this life,
get a coach.
That's it.
Simple. I like that. And you know, I read one of your posts where you were saying that you went to when you were having your what do you first you know, when you had your cancer and you had to
mastectomy.
Yes, and you went by yourself.
Yeah,
and you did not tell anybody.
Yeah. My question is, what was anybody going to do?
Wow. Okay. Did you not need the support, or
like what kind of support? If I tell you that I'm cancer, what are you going to do?
Yeah, because that's a tough one. That's a tough one.
So what I didn't want a collection of negative thoughts. I didn't want my mother thinking I'm dying. I didn't want my sister thinking I'm dying. I didn't want a collection of negative thoughts.
Yes, yeah.
So I knew that I was strong enough to remain positive.
Yeah. I like that.
Because I asked myself, okay, if I tell everyone, if I ring everyone and say, doctor said I have cancer, what would they do?
We would have started binding, you know, everything on earth, crying and everything.
And you know what? Sometimes you go to your, hi Tinashe, how are you? Oh my God,
Hey Tinashe.
Oh my God, my friends are fantastic. So Tinashe has the Kumusha wine. Oh
I love
my gosh, you guys need to know about it.
Trust me, it's beautiful.
But anyway, as I was saying, before you tell people your problem, you want to ask yourself, what do I want them to do?
Okay.
Because what if you want them to deliver you from what God is putting you through?
Titan, wait on that coffee. We are talking business. We are talking serious stuff here. Wait on that coffee.
Hi, Titan. So
yes.
So you want to ask yourself, what really do I want these people to do? So what I did is, when I found out I had cancer, I asked myself, who do I tell and why am I telling them?
What am I getting from them?
You know, because some of us, we are addicted to sympathy. We are addicted to saying, oh, and then what? Why am I telling you this? You know what I mean? So I only communicate at a have-to basis. If I don't have to tell you anything, I'm not going to tell it to you.
And I've got Hosan here saying, before you tell people your problem, have you told God?
Exactly.
Wow, I like that. That was on the mindset, guys. Mindset is very, very important.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And then if, let's say, we're moving on, especially now in COVID-19, probably someone out there is struggling to find happiness. Probably I'm just dull and I'm thinking, what do I do? What can I do? Probably I don't have any job. I can't even visit my friends. How do I find happiness? How do I make myself happy?
What is happiness? I would have to ask the person, to you, because happiness is relative. To you, what is happiness? If happiness is in things, if it's in, say, people, in bags, in shoes, in places, then you're going to struggle. But for me personally, I am always happy. Newsflash. I used to be so, I used to feel so guilty to tell people that I'm always happy. The reason I'm always happy is because I'm always grateful.
Okay.
You know, so I had a mastectomy, which means I've got one breast. So instead of crying over the lost breast, I'm grateful for the one I have.
So being grateful is important.
So it depends on what you call happiness. Like, you have to define happiness first and take happiness out of things and people, because people can't make you happy. Take happiness out of things, take happiness out of people, take happiness out of events, because some people feel happy when they go to a party, they feel happy when they go to a wedding. Take happiness, take control of happiness by being grateful. What do you have? Can you see? Oh, God, thank you that I can see. Can you taste? Oh, God, thank you that I can taste. Can you walk? Oh, God, thank you that I can walk. And as you increase the list of the things that you're grateful for, you increase how you feel within. And if you want to call that happiness, then there you have it.
Definitely. I think happiness is not in people. I agree with that. Happiness is not in people.
You can't find happiness in followers. You can't find happiness. You can't find happiness outside you, Taffy.
No, that's true. You have to be grateful first.
It's an inside job.
Yeah.
Happiness is an inside job. And I have exercises that I do with my clients on, you know, finding that thing within you that you think about and you get a high instantly. You know, like literally I can just be sitting there by myself and I can literally just start laughing and I just get a high from that's why
I trust you. Yeah. I know you do. You're doing it now.
Exactly. It's just like I just literally get but it's been work for me to get there. To get to a place where I can just excite myself. Yeah. And everyone around me will be like, so you know my partner is not Zimbabwean. So when they see me in that stage, they think, oh, maybe it's a Zimbabwean thing.
But no, it's like me.
They think, oh, maybe it's a Zimbabwean thing. You know, these people I can just start dancing. I can just start, you know. And they literally do think I'm
cuckoo. I like that. And the first step to happiness is being grateful.
To being grateful.
That's
Gratitude. Okay, think about this. Can you be angry and grateful at the same time?
You can't be.
Can you be anxious and grateful at the same time?
No.
So you control every other emotion by just looking for that thing at this moment to be grateful.
I've got Lorraine. She's saying a grateful heart is a magnet for miracles.
Oh my God. Like that is me. Like I just think like if you see my email address, it's got miracles in it because I just know I expect miracles because I am a grateful soul. I am just so grateful. And after cancer, like my gratitude has doubled. More. So when I wake up in the morning and miracles are happening around me, I'm not shocked because I am a grateful soul.
I love that about you. There's never a day I have come on your live or on your post and you just down or whatever. No, it's all happy vibes all the time.
The only down you find on my post is when I'm getting down.
Of course. Of course. Moving on, I know the previous chats that we've had, we're concentrating on relationships, how to form relationships, that sort of thing. So from your coach world, from your experience as well, how can one foster a healthy relationship, whether it's with my partner or with friends? How can we foster healthy relationships?
Okay, the first ingredient to healthy relationships is a healthy person.
I have to be healthy first.
Emotionally, mentally, like I have to be whole. I cannot look for wholeness in another person. Because if God wanted us to find wholeness in another person, He would have given us 2 heads, 4 arms, 4 legs, and 4 everything. Yeah. So the foundation, for me personally, the foundation for happiness is, so when somebody comes to me and says, oh, this is all, because I'm a relationship coach as well. When somebody comes to me and says, oh, my husband has done this, my husband has done this, I always ask them, but what have you done?
What have you done? Yeah.
You know, and then they'll say,
it starts with you.
Everything starts with you. Because there is a saying that says perception is projection. The reality around you is not the reality around me. Even this COVID that we are all experiencing, we are all not experiencing it in the same way. How you perceive it is how you experience it. Your perception of what a relationship is what you're going to experience. If you perceive that, Kuti, for me to know that he loves me, he has to do this, that's what you're going to get. So you have to be whole. So when somebody, it doesn't matter, with me, it doesn't matter what you come for, coaching for. We clean you up first. Because from the age of 0 to 7, you were programmed by your parents, by your environment, by your school, by your relatives.
That's very important you say that.
And you are functioning, most people are functioning on the program of 0 to 7. So if you saw your father ignoring your mother, stonewalling your mother when she does something, then you are bound to stonewall your partner. So that's what you saw. And what a coach does, okay, here we go. What a coach does is I upgrade your software.
Okay.
You know, what phone do you use?
Samsung S8.
Oh, I don't know much about Samsungs, but can I talk about iPhones? With an iPhone,
everyone loves iPhones.
Yeah, with an iPhone, if you don't upgrade your iOS, what happens? Your phone slows down, right?
Okay.
So what a coach does is they upgrade your software.
Right.
So that you can function optimally. So if you're functioning from 0 to 7, you're just afraid that, oh, I'm not going to go for this deal because I'm afraid I might not get it. Who taught you that? Or if this person does this, I just get so angry. Who taught you anger? Because nobody is born knowing how to be angry.
So this character that's within, let's say the character that's within me was probably molded at 0 to 7.
It was programmed because at 0 to 7 you're in theta. Your brain is in a state called theta, and theta is like the meditative state where your brain is like a sponge. It absorbs everything. That's why you find that kids talk like their father, or they talk like their mother, or they're angry like their mother, or they're loving like their father, because of how you were programmed. So what a coach does, what I do in my sessions, is we just upgrade the software. So we teach you new things. So you can't blame your upbringing for where you are, because I've upgraded your software.
Yeah, because this is where you hear people saying, oh, I was brought up like that. It's in my DNA. That's who I am. Like, what do you want me to do?
You know, I went to a boot camp, I think about 10 years ago. I went to a boot camp, and that boot camp changed my life.
Right.
The people who were coaching us were the people who coached the team Chelsea.
Right. Okay.
Still here. So, and they told us that you can change your DNA.
Right. Okay.
You know, so that's how I got hooked. Like my getting hooked on exercise happened 10 years ago, because I realized that even if there's hypertension in my family, I can change that by my lifestyle, by what I eat, by how I exercise, how much I sleep. So we all don't have to go down the hypertension route. You know, if you have this opportunity to upgrade your system, stop functioning like your great-grandmother. Because a lot of us are functioning like Biananda. No offense to Biananda.
How does Biananda function?
No, not that there's anything wrong, but you're functioning on the old software.
Yes, yeah.
And you're now in the 5G generation.
And you're still backward.
and you're still using Nokia 5110.
That one, yes.
You get my point? So
yes.
What will happen is if you refuse, if you say, oh, I'm happy to use my Nokia, this software, I'm happy. When you come around people like us who are functioning on 5G, we're like, what is this? And you're thinking, and then people will now come to you and say, oh, go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated. No, upgrade yourself so that you can be celebrated in that place.
That's why I was saying some people will just come and say, oh, no, this is me.
Upgrade yourself. Look, if you looked at me when I came out of the Big Brother house, I am not the same person. Why? Because there are certain rooms, doors I knocked. Yes, life was popping in the celebrity world and whatever, but there's certain doors I knocked on, and the minute they knew who that girl was, they shut the door.
Right.
So what did I do in the last 10 years? What you see here, that's why when I charge my clients, I'm not charging you for an hour. I'm charging you for 10 years.
Exactly.
What you see now is something that has happened in 10 years. Because I said to myself, you know what? I am going to knock on. There are certain doors that are going to automatically open for me because I would have upgraded my software.
So let's say a person who's an NR, do they need probably to meet a certain individual for them to think I need to upgrade myself? Because some people do not know. They actually think they are okay. Their character is fine.
Okay, so this is the thing. If you are okay where you are and you're happy where you are, I am not here to fix anybody. If it's working for you, good for you. But the people who come to me say to me, this is the problem I have. And I say, okay, this is the exercises we need to do for this. If they say, I don't want to do, go now. Wait till we go. Do you understand? So I have, before, maybe like 6-10 years ago, I wanted to change people. I wanted to say, guys, you can't have to do this. But then I realized that let people evolve. The same way I evolved, I'll let you evolve. But then the thing is, because I'm functioning on 5G and you are functioning on one network, you cannot survive in my environment. So let's say you said Karamunane Naro, right? It just totally means that they're going to have to function with Van Vanenaro.
Or I'll have to downgrade myself.
Exactly. Because you don't get what you want. You don't attract what you want. You attract who you are.
Ooh. Take notes, guys. You attract who you are.
So there are certain people who, when I started growing, my phone would ring. Like, I don't know if you noticed that I did an interview of Dr. Cindy Trim.
Yeah.
Because I grew.
Yeah.
I grew. I forced myself to grow to the point where a Dr. Cindy Trim would feel comfortable enough to come onto an interview with me.
Yes.
So if somebody says, oh, sorry, let me fix my belt.
Guys.
So if somebody says, oh, I'm attracting these bad boys, I'm attracting this. I don't care about the bad boys you're attracting. I want to know why you are attracting bad boys. What is in you that is attracting bad boys?
I'm a bad girl. I know. Girl. You attract who you are, guys. So don't be saying to people, well, probably it's you, upgrade yourself and attract the person that you want. That's simple.
Taffy, no one can come and be argumentative around me. Because I'm not argumentative. So what will happen is I will frustrate you by my peace.
Yeah.
My peace will just frustrate you. And what will you do? You will go to the people who like the chaos. But if you're a peaceful person, you come around me, you will like it. We will dance. We will have fun. But, I know that there are certain people who, when you're going through an airport, and then maybe the person who's checking you in exhibits frustration.
Yeah.
I always think to myself, what in me at the moment is frustrated.
Right.
Because it is the frustration in me that has attracted the frustration in that person.
That is very true. That is very true. Look at you first.
I always look at myself. If somebody lies to me, I ask myself, what is in me that is telling me?
Hey, Bimbai. That's my little sister.
Hi, Bimbai. How are you? And hi, Percy. How are you? So I ask myself, what is in me that is telling lies?
That is true. Ooh. Guys, are you taking notes? Because, yes. Okay. I'm back. I'm back. Lorraine is saying you teach people how to treat you by what you allow.
Yeah, it goes. Should we be talking about boundaries now?
Yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into it.
You know, people have asked me, can I just wear slippers because the AC is making my feet cold?
Go on. Guys, are you learning?
Okay, I'm back. So, you know, you asked me a question. You said, how do I set boundaries?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Your purpose sets boundaries for you.
Purpose. Yeah.
It's very
difficult.
I
need to know what my purpose is.
You need to know what your purpose is, because when you know where you're going, you know what you should say no to.
And you should not be scared to say no.
No. When you have seen where you're going, when you have seen it clearly, it won't be hard for you to say no to certain things.
Because you know they will slow you down.
And it won't be hard for you to say no to yourself. You see, this morning I ran 10 kilometers.
Wow.
I run 50 kilometers a week.
Wow.
I rest on Saturdays and Sundays.
Wow. Because
I saw a 60-year-old healthy version of myself.
60-year-old.
I was 60 and I was healthy in this vision. So if I'm 60 and healthy in this vision, what will take me to that goal? Yeah. Eating well, exercising, sleeping, reading so that I don't get Alzheimer's, and so forth. So boundaries are hard if you don't know where you're going. Yeah. But when you know where you're going, boundaries are automatic. If you know that you're going to run for president, there are certain things you're just not going to do. That's true. That's true. If you know that you're going to, you have to know where you're going, and since you literally are speaking facts. Oh, thank you, Percy. So you have to know where you are going, and then when you have written, the Bible says, write the vision and make it plain. Yeah. So when you know the vision, you see, the thing is, when I did shows like Big Brother, I knew that there was there's some greatness in me, Sha, but I just don't know how I'm going to get there. Where? You know? So when I was 17, I entered Miss Mashonaland East, and I was Miss Mashonaland East. So I was on I was a Miss Zimbabwe contestant when I was 18. So it's almost like I was getting snippets of where I'm going as I was going. Yeah. But I wasn't really clear about what these snippets were. Okay. And then 10 years ago, I came across someone, 11 years ago, I came across someone who said to me, and these were his words, your boobs are in the way of where you're going. Wow. I know. He said, you see these boobs that you go around saying, oh, this is my selling point, blah, blah, blah. They are in the way of where you're actually supposed to go. And you thought that, that was the way. So after that statement was planted in my head, Guys, I'm just going to let Makosi speak, because some of the questions they've gone out, I'm just, my mind is just blown. Please, just talk. So because he said that, I started trying to figure out what he meant.
Yeah.
And, you know, I started asking God to make me wise. He says, ask and I'll give it to you. I said, God, make me wise. Like, talk to me about where I'm going, what I should be doing, what I should stop doing, what I should, you know, who I should have around me. And you'll be surprised to know that in the last 10 years, 90% of the 10 years, I spend the time alone.
Wow.
Reading, praying. I went to Bible school over 2015 and 2016. And in my church, you can't be a pastor if you're a chick who's not married. So I'm literally, theoretically, I'm a pastor, but
you can't be a pastor.
I can't be a pastor. Yeah. So I spent so much time trying to figure out what this guy meant by my boobs were in the way. And then the cancer happened and I said to him, you jinxed me. It is you who did this, you know. But, you know, before cancer, I just said, you know what, Jesus, I know you for myself. And I'm making it to heaven. Glory be to God. But what God wanted me to do is he wanted me to talk about his transformational power. And when I had my first surgery for the lump, I just woke up from my bed and I was like, I am going to tell the world what Jesus has done.
Wow.
So again, you can see how the anointing got frustrated.
Yes, of course. Of course.
You say you have gone to Bible school. You have met Bishop Oyedepo. You have met Christ Lodola. You have met all these people, but you're not talking to people about Jesus. What is going on with you?
Yeah. What's happening?
So the anointing got frustrated. That's my story, and my book is coming out on the 23rd of September this year. The anointing frustrated me to the point where I started talking about Jesus, and my cancer journey really was a Jesus journey. It wasn't a cancer journey.
Wow.
A lot of people think it was a cancer journey, but it was a Jesus journey.
Wow. And I love the foundation that you have in Jesus. I love that, because everything that you've gone through it with him, and you're succeeding with him. It's him first, everything else follows.
And I think God knows when you will
and
not
name and
share.
shame the good guy.
And name and shame the good guy. I think God knows when. I think God knows when you're ready not to share his glory with yourself.
Okay, with yourself.
Yes, when you're ready to say to God, be the glory, he knows to start opening certain doors for you.
Wow. Wow. Guys, honestly, I'm speechless.
Someone says, Makosi, do you regret being a nurse? No. I think my nursing is my greatest achievement, to the point where I said
it was a process.
I said to myself, because coaching is such a luxury, you know, my partner was saying to me, oh, coaching is not an essential service, it's luxury. I said, well, you say it's luxury. I can go back to nursing and I will be essential. What about you, sir?
And you still have it in you.
So if I want to go back to nursing, it's just doing 6 months, get my PIN, and I'm starting again. And I have never let go of the possibility of me going back to nursing.
Yeah.
I have never let go of that possibility, because I think, to be very honest, my happiest moments were when I was a nurse.
Wow.
So I've never canceled going back to nursing. If if I'm called to duty, depending on how this COVID thing goes, and I am called to duty, I will do the training I need to do, and I'll go back onto the battlefield.
Wow. I also love, you know, how you've described where you come from, where you are now. I love all these processes that you went through, all these opportunities that opened up, and you just grabbed them as they came. There was no point where you said, I know this is not me, or this is not my path. You know, nursing, you're saying you can go. Pastor, you just need to get married. You're a pastor, but you know, once you get married, pastor, you're there. Life coaching, You're there. TV presenting. You're there. Okay, Pastor Makosi, Pastor Marco.
You see, this is the thing. Let me tell you something, Taffy. When you grow, when you commit to personal growth, you don't look for opportunities. Opportunities look for you.
You don't look for them. Yeah.
So, as I said to you, with nursing, that looked for me. Because my aunt was like, oh, everyone is sending their children to England. Why don't you send Makosi? I still suffered when I went to England, but I went to England and I became a nurse. And then Big Brother happened. So when you commit to personal growth, opportunities look for you. But if you commit,
so allow yourself to grow.
Don't be intimidated by those who are doing what you want to do. Seek mentorship. If you see Makosi doing something you want to do, seek mentorship from her. And you know how I've said,
can I say amen to that?
And you know how you seek mentorship? Always look for opportunities to sow a seed. Don't look for opportunities to say, oh, I want to be known. I want her to tell me this. I want her to tell them that. You know, I went to Ghana in 2016. And when I had the opportunity to meet Dr. Creflo Dollar, I grabbed my bag, I emptied my bag, all the money I had, I took it and I put it in his hand. I was on my knees. I said, bless me. Why? Because there is a place my seed can take me that Creflo Dollar can't take me.
Nice. Wow. There's a place a seed will take you
that nobody can
take you. Okay.
Because when I sow a seed, I'm not sowing the seed into the person. I'm sowing the seed into the grace that is functional in their life.
In that person. Okay.
So every time, and then I remember one day I went to a spa and Bishop Margaret Ida Hossa walked in. The late Bishop Ida Hossa's, Ben Ida Hossa's wife.
Okay.
And then I went to my car, emptied my bag. Before I asked her to pray for me, I just said, Ma, here, pray for me. Because I don't want Margaret to take me anywhere. I want the grace that is in her. And what I've always called myself is I've always called myself a grace collector. I see it, I like it, I sow into it.
I grab it.
No, grabbing is criminal. I see it, I like it, I sow into it.
Wow.
I don't care. I don't care whether you remember my name or not. When I sowed into Dr. Trim's ministry, I don't think she even knew it was me. So I don't believe in, if I take a selfie with someone and then I'll look so, no. I see it, I like it, I sow into it.
Sow it. Wow. Guys, did you take notes? I know most of you are taking notes. I will be asking questions. I'm kidding. They are notes for you, guys. They are notes for you. Just the other question. I'm just looking at the time. Follow Makosi, guys. She does these morning sessions where she just pours out. I tell you, follow her, because 1 hour of Instagram is not even enough. There's more she can tell you. There's more you can hear. Just follow Makosi before we go on to the next one. So the next question that came in was from one of our followers. She was asking, any advice can you give to a young couple on keeping their own identity? Probably it's a couple that's struggling, I don't know, but it was just a question that came through and I thought probably you would be the best person to answer that one.
You see, the thing is, I don't know what to call it, but people tend to look for help when things are falling apart.
Right. Okay.
My thing is, when you're getting to know someone, know their vision. Don't know their favorite color. Oh, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite food?
Yes.
Where did you go to school? Did you go to Peter House? Did you go to one private school? Who's your father? What's your religion? Know their vision. But more paramount is let them know who you are.
Wow. Okay.
Because if they know who you are, they can be a destiny helper to the destiny they understand.
Definitely.
What we normally do when we get into relationships, we hide nganga dziri kudzimba dzedu. A lot of Shona people
of course.
We hide everything that somebody should know. You know what?
Yeah.
This is where I'm coming from.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I'm fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where I want to go. Can you be part of that? When you meet, you're telling each other, oh, you know, are you an introvert or are you an extrovert? And, you know,
that's because important.
Because what I think brings harmony to a relationship is understanding who the other person is. And when I say the other person, I don't mean body, physical. I even mean your bloodline.
Let that sink in. People don't realize how this is. Okay.
Kuti, what was your grandmother about? What was your grandfather about? What was your great-grandfather about? Because you know what? When you a wedding is a one-day affair. Let me adjust my pants.
We'll come and dance. We will plan that wedding. Yeah?
A marriage is a lifetime, guys.
They'll be replaying.
Every day, you are dealing with a human being who you married because he drives a big car. You married because he's an accountant. Because when you're in your bedroom, he's not an accountant. When you're in your bedroom, he's not a doctor. When you're in a bedroom, he's not a politician.
But 4 minutes. Just pour out to us in those 4 minutes, please.
It's really important for you to let the other person know who you are. That is the only way they can carry your destiny with you. That's the only way they can become a destiny helper. Let the other person know who you are.
Amanda wants part 2 of this.
Okay, let's do it. When do you want to do it?
Whenever you're free. Whenever you're free, we will have a part 2 on this.
Yeah, let's do a part 2. I'm happy to do a part 2, actually. I like you.
Oh, now it's me who's melting. I love you.
Thank you so much for having me.
I love you. We will arrange that part 2. Definitely. Anytime that you're free, I will send an invite. And if you want to change the date, feel free to change the date. Guys, I am free to come here anytime as long as Makosi comes in with me. I am free. Everyone is ready. I know you love Makosi. I know.
What's next week, Monday?
Let's do it.
What day is it? What date is it?
What date is it? Oh, I don't have my calendar on here now.
Okay, so let's look at next week Monday, and then we can do next week Monday.
Then we do next week Monday.
Thank you so much for having me.
I really enjoyed this. It was beautiful. Shall we put a song on just to dance before we go? Before it finishes, then we'll just finish off with a song. Thank you so much, guys.
Do you have the Rudo or something?
Let me see. I don't want it to finish off before we finish.
How many minutes?
I think we've got 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Okay, I have to wear my heels for this one. I think it's called Nyayaye Rudo or Nyayadze Rudo. I'm not sure. On his new album, I think it's Nyayaye Rudo or Nyayadze Rudo. I'm not sure.
Let me see. Nyayadze Rudo, I think.
Okay. Oh, that song is lit, guys. Oh my God, I was in the gym.
Here we go.
And I was having a good time.
10 seconds. 10 seconds.